Hey guys, welcome back to Boardwatch. I'm Brian.
Jessica.
And I'm Joe.
We got it. Okay.
Ooh, that felt good.
We didn't even plan it. I just had to.
It was the cues.
Focus it. So yeah, we're going into episode 4.
Woo! Almost there.
So
oh my gosh.
So
oh my
close.
gosh.
It's happening.
Don't let the kid
It's
out.
happening.
I'm almost
I
there.
kind of want to put up the Ron Paul gif.
It's happening. That's funny.
Actually, I'm probably gonna do that now. All right, editing. So yeah, let's. I don't think there's really anything we need to talk about ahead of time. So, Valaro Navies.
Valaro Navies.
You swore a vow.
Aye, I pledged my life to the Night's Watch. I gave my life.
For all knights to
They
come.
killed me, Ed, my own brothers. You want me to stay here after that? Open the gate!
Oh, she's here! She's here! They're gonna get reunited! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
No more sights.
Whoo! That felt good. Lean into that one. Oh, and with Bran, that's gonna be a man. This is a cool group. Aww.
I'm sure I can't have been grateful and always sulking in the corner while the rest of you played.
Can you forgive me?
There's nothing to forgive.
Forgive me.
All right.
That's a Stark thing, right?
There's nothing to forgive. Yeah. Ned said it. Sansa said it to Joffrey.
Yeah, now John's saying it.
Where will we go?
Can't stay here not after what happened.
God, I'm so happy they're together, man. Oh my god. Sansa's safe.
Or should we tell the Bones to pack up and leave?
We'll take it back from them.
There you go. Together.
I don't have an army.
How many wildlings did you save?
They didn't come here to serve me.
They owe you their lives. Think they'll be safe here if Roose Bolton remains Warden of the North.
Sansa.
Winterfell is our home. It's ours. And Arya's and Bran's and Rickon's, wherever they are, it belongs to our family. We have to fight for it.
I'm tired of fighting.
Before Renly was assassinated with blood magic.
That's in the past now.
Yes, it's in the past. Doesn't mean I forget. Or forgive. He admitted it, you know.
Who did?
Stannis. Just before I executed him.
Oh shit, he actually did.
My friends in the north tell me Sansa has escaped Winterfell. I expect she's headed to Castle Black where her brother serves as Lord Commander. But she won't be safe there. Not with the Boltons after her.
She's my cousin. We should help her.
That was my instinct as well. Our Lord has spoken. Gather the knights of the Vale. The time has come to join the fray.
Instead of abolishing slavery overnight, we will give you 7 years to end the practice. Slaveholders will be compensated for the losses, of course, at fair prices. In exchange, you will cut off your support for the Sons of the Harpy.
We do not support the Sons of the Harpy.
Fine, but you will cut it off all the same.
Fine.
I do hope you accept, my friends. You will not receive a better offer. I am not betraying her work. I am trying to save her city.
You promised the slavers they could keep slavery.
For a short time.
7 years is not a short time for a slave.
You're right. Slavery is a horror that should be ended at once. War is a horror that should be ended at once. I can't do both today.
You are wrong to trust these men.
I don't trust the masters. I trust their self-interest. They're trustworthy if they're convinced that working with me is in their self-interest.
You don't know them. You don't understand them. We are not human in their eyes.
Very attached to this knife.
Don't worry. They didn't touch you.
You know what happens?
I know what happens.
E04 Cheraki. Palace is Nakish.
If they find their body with a stab wound, the whole city will be looking for us.
Another challenge. Anavos McFly Dr. Quisitji was Maraskoil the Kashanad Revok.
No! Don't hurt her!
You give us away. We have to go now.
We will never get out of Face Dothrak alive.
All we can do is try.
We can do more than that. And you're going to help me. Listen to me. You need to stay strong.
I can't stay strong. I never was strong.
You are strong. You are the future of our house, the future of our family.
I don't care about that.
Shh. Have you told them that you don't care?
I just wanted to stop. Help me.
Queen Marjorie will make her walk of atonement. Yes, Marjorie will repent her sins before the good people of the city.
Oh no. That cannot happen. That will not happen.
I agree.
You've got the second largest army in Westeros. We'll bring them into the city, stop Queen Marjorie's humiliation before it starts, and take her back into Crown custody.
The king has ordered me to take no action against the High Sparrow or the Faith Militant out of fear for the Queen's safety.
You will take no action at all. When the Tyrell armies come, you will stand down.
If it doesn't go as planned, the Sparrows have many friends in this city. We'll have civil war, many will die.
Many will die no matter what we do. Better them than us.
Why did you come here?
Where else could I go?
You heard father was dead and you thought you'd claim the crown.
No, I only heard he died after we docked.
You happened to show up on Pike right before the King's moot.
I didn't know.
You think any Ironborn wants you to be king? After what you've done?
I don't want to be king.
What do you want?
You should rule the Iron Islands. Let me help you.
You're a much better talker than Theon Greyjoy.
Not so.
I had to work hard to get him talking. But he talked. They all do. He told me everything. All about the Stark boys, who helped them escape, and how she did it.
She was trying to kill him.
Oh, he just like wipes it off and starts eating again?
To the traitor Ambassador Jon Snow, you allowed thousands of wildlings past the wall. You have betrayed your own kind, you have betrayed the North. Winterfell is mine, bastard. Come and see. Your brother Rickon is in my dungeon. His direwolf skin is on my floor. Come and see. I want my bride back. Send her to me, bastard, and I will not trouble you or your wildling lovers. Keep her from me, and I will ride north and slaughter every wildling man, woman, and babe living under your protection. You will watch as I skin them living.
Go on.
It's just more of the same.
You will watch as my soldiers take turns raping your sister. You will watch as my dogs devour your wild little brother. Then I will spoon your eyes from their sockets and let my dogs do the rest. Come and see. Ramsay Bolton, Lord of Winterfell, and Warden of the North.
Lord of Winterfell and Warden of the North.
His father's dead. Ramsay killed him. And now he has Rickon.
We don't know that.
Yes, we do.
How many men does he have in his army?
I heard him say 5,000 once when he was talking about Stannis' attack.
How many do you have? That can march and fight. 2,000. The rest are children and old people.
You are the son of the last true Warden of the North. Northern families are loyal. They'll fight for you if you ask. A monster has taken our home and our brother. We have to go back to Winterfell and save them both.
Why is John taking so long on this? It's honestly still why I like Rob over John, man.
Vos mana vos hal. Ana vou kaki yeri. Vos ma an have a drink. Imagine an having knock.
Oh, they did. She's gonna come out.
Kind of badass.
She knows how to use that power very well, I'll tell you that.
Yep.
I hate when it ends.
Always hate when it ends.
Yeah.
All right, so taking a little bit of power back.
Taking a lot of bit of
a
power back.
lot of bit of power back.
I'm telling
you.
you, man.
What do you see her play from here now being?
Taking the Dothraki back to Marine, possibly.
Okay.
And then going and taking, or going and conquering Marine, or Astapor and Yunkai again, possibly.
Okay. Yeah, because as of right now, the Unsullied are only enough to semi-keep Marine under, but they can't go other places. Okay.
Exactly, so maybe she'll use the Dothraki to go over and enforce the willpower. But I still agree kind of with Tyrion, though, because, like, even if she kills all the Masters, that doesn't necessarily mean that it'll keep everything in place. And what is she going to have? Sentries as the Dothraki the entire time? So, like, you kind of need the Masters almost a little bit. The powerful, influential people will always rise to the top. You need to be able to control them.
Belongslow's wants to ask, 7 years to abolish slavery. Is Tyrion doing the right thing? Will Dany back him when she finds out?
Yes, he's doing the right thing. No, she will not back him.
Okay.
And then she'll leave probably and go Westeros.
Okay.
I don't think the 7-year thing will be... I don't know what she's going to do, though, when she goes to Westeros, is my point. Unless she leaves, like, Tyrion behind or something.
Okay.
Or, like, or maybe Missandei and Grey Worm behind to, like, lead for them as like a council, and then maybe the Dothraki could live there as well. But again, the Dothraki are used to their traditions. They're not going to live in a city, so I don't understand what she I don't understand what she thinks she's going to do with them.
So Annie Cullen 21 wants to make a callback all the way to the finale of season 1.
Oh wow!
Back then, Dany swore that those who would harm you will die screaming. Those calls are the same that killed her Blood Rider. She kept her promise.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, because she sent the Blood Rider, and it was not Missandei, but the other chick who betrayed her. Fuck her, by the way. But
with Zaros and Duxos. Well, she got locked in on...
Yeah, she got hers.
Yeah.
He probably ate her eventually.
Well, that was season 2, but... season 2 is when they sent out... Well, the Blood Rider was killed in season 2 when she sent them, like, one to the north, one to the east, and then the one came back, like, her one Blood Rider came back.
She was like, they will pay for that.
Yeah. But it was in season 1 when she was promising all of the people following her that those that would harm you will die screaming, so... Yep.
They did.
She also did promise that the people who did kill him would pay for that.
Right.
I don't remember what she said.
But that was season 2.
Yeah, that was season 2.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the original quote was season 1. Oh, Jenny Cooper. A lot of people were tired of Dany getting rescued by Drogon and the dragons. What do you think of her saving herself this time? For once. Well, I mean, again, I guess.
I mean, she saved herself a few times, but it only usually strengthens her when she saves herself than just getting saved by somebody else.
Okay.
And she knows how to use her powers in the right way. Because just by not being burnt by fire by itself necessarily wouldn't be anything, but you put that in the right context in front of the right crowd at the right time, and suddenly you're a god to them.
So Liz, Dany did something that no Dothraki, no man, has ever done. She killed all of the Khals. Did you expect this?
No, but that was smart on her part to, like, that was the perfect time.
Okay. So, now you're saying she can use the Dothraki to take over, take over.
She'll probably. I would hope she would take them to. But then, what are they going to do in Westeros?
Exactly. Well, that's the question. So, does she have enough right now to conquer Westeros? And if she does, should she just cut and run? Like you're saying,
but then she's abandoning everything that
okay.
she stands for. So I don't understand. She's really playing a weird game right now because, like, the Dothraki are not key to anything besides just letting them be their own free. And they rape and they kill people in villages, and that's not okay either. And that's a lot of them. That's not just those Khals. That's all of the Blood Riders, most of the men. The women are usually already slaves and beaten. She's going to kill all the men. And then, so I don't understand what she thinks she's going to do. So, I don't know. Maybe she'll put Grey Worm in charge. I don't know how she's going to. I don't get that move at all. She either needs to just abandon everything and go to Westeros, or she needs to stay in Essos and just really rule.
Okay.
And let them rule themselves around there. But I don't know.
Okay. And then Dany wants to... Liz is kind of quoting the book right now. I just want you to hear this whole quote, and then Liz has a question after this. Thinking back to season 1, Dany's unborn son was predicted to be the stallion who mounts the world. As swift as the wind he rides, and behind him his Khalasar covers the earth. With men without number, with aurochs shining in their hands like blades of razor grass, fierce as a storm, this prince will be. His enemies will tremble before him, and their wives will weep tears of blood and rend their flesh in grief. The bells in his hair will sing his coming, and the milkmen in the stone tents will fear his name. The prince is riding, and he shall be the stallion who mounts the world. In hindsight, do you think the Dothraki have been making assumptions that it's going to be a man, and that their version of savior, that a man will be their version of the savior when it could potentially be Dany all along?
Yeah.
Or
Drogon, or like the dragons, or. But I mean, that was just their own prophecy. I mean, it's not like we really need to I mean, I'm sure they don't respect women in their culture anyway, so I doubt they really
thought that a woman would.
I mean, they make the widows of the most powerful men go to a temple and stay there,
like slaves.
Yeah.
All right, so let's head over to the wall. Melina Martin, did you expect Jon and Sansa to be the first Stark siblings to reunite in the show?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'll do it myself if I have to. Would Sansa have followed that promise, or was she just trying to get Jon to agree?
She was just trying to get Jon to agree. She wouldn't know that. What is she going to do?
Well, she's got the name Stark. She could, all the families in the north, she could try and rally.
That's so dangerous, though, for her to try to go. I mean, any one of them could. Look at the Umbers. I mean,
they betrayed Rickon.
I mean, any one of them could betray anybody at any moment.
Okay.
And technically, she's the key of the north, so anyone could just take that key and then try to wed her, and then be the warden of the north and have the namesake.
How many freaking husbands does she have?
I know, it's sad.
Yeah. So I think this name is Okay, Yeah, What the Fuck? Okay, Yeah, WTF.
Yeah.
Despite all the evidence to the Lord of Light and the Old Gods, it seems Joey is quite adamant about their abilities about being just magic. Is there anything the show can do to convince you that the gods are real?
Unless I see the god, and even then, no. The trick is for powerful people is to make you think they're gods. That's what she just did too, and that's what like Thor. Well, I guess Thor Samir doesn't do that, but
Melisandre. But you're saying Melisandre's using it.
But that's my point. Is that gods are just other more powerful beings,
and that's what you were talking about when you were saying she was a witch. Because like some people were like, "Duh, Joey, you didn't see the demon shadow baby," but like you're more saying that she's a witch in that she can actually do those powers herself without any outside
Exactly.
help.
I'm saying before I thought there was still an outside help that was helping her do all that demon shadow shit, but she's really just a witch.
Okay.
That has powers.
That actually has
that follows. Yeah,
okay.
that follows. You know, the Lord of Light, and then whatever. I mean, there's still blood magic, so that means that blood magic is universal, which means theoretically, whatever magic that healed Jon and that healed Beric Dondarrion could be universal as well if someone just taps into it or has the right power, just like warging is universal if they just have the right. So it's not necessarily just that she has that exact power and separately Thoris has that power, but just maybe they both can tap into that power. But I don't think it's given by God. Just like I don't think there's 7. I don't think there's the old gods. I don't,
But there's definitely magic in this book.
There's definitely magic, yeah. I mean, that's undeniable. I just don't believe in gods.
Okay. So, Aurelia Diaz, do you think Ramsay will lead a surprise attack on the wall before they leave? A preemptive strike like when he set fire to the food supplies in Stannis' camp? Because he said, if you don't bring my wife back to me, I'm going to come up there and I'm going to, kill all your wildling friends. You're going to watch as we...
Nah.
Okay.
Hopefully they rally pretty quickly. I hope Jon doesn't take too long. They need to preemptively strike Ramsay.
2,000 versus 5,000?
Yeah, that's not the odds you want. You want the odds of 500 versus an unprepared, however many they have. And they don't even have 5,000 necessarily because there was still a battle. And now they got more people. Yeah, I guess the Embers now too. But still, we're looking at maybe, I would say, 3,500. Because then he still has people he could rally. If I was him, I would leave 500 very good men, or maybe even a smaller amount, quietly, go attack, and then send out messenger ravens to the other houses to then rally at that time once the right time comes.
What if they don't?
What if they don't? What if they betray?
I mean, at that point, it's the risk you got to take, but it's better than taking a risk of 2,000 of
versus
the
5,000.
dads. Yeah, I mean, that's not a, and they could still betray you even then, and then you're announcing it. So if I was him, I'd do it quietly, find the alliances that you do still have, and then attack when the right time comes. But he shouldn't go just straight up into battle. Plus, Ramsay doesn't fight fair. He'd have something up his sleeve.
Okay. So, Chloe Riley wants to point... Well, since you already answered the fact that you didn't think that Jon and Sansa would be the first arcs to reunite, Chloe Riley wants to know who you thought would be the first.
Bran and Jon.
Bran and Jon. So it's still Jon and someone.
Jon and someone. I just thought it was going to be Bran and Jon.
Bran and Jon. Yeah, that makes sense.
It almost happened.
It really
Arya and Sansa were so close too.
And that one too, yeah.
And then you were also calling for Sansa to go over to Bravos at one point. We're after Arya left for Bravos, when you were saying when Littlefinger was taking her somewhere, you didn't think he was taking her.
I thought he might have been taking her to Bravos
because
he said somewhere far away.
Far away where Cersei Lannister cannot.
Yeah, so I thought maybe it'd be safe. I didn't know what his intentions were, so I was like, maybe I didn't know anything about. I didn't know the Bolton. That whole line of events would ever happen.
But for that specific question, you say Jon and Bran was probably
yeah.
the two that you were planning on
thought that they were going to be coming, yeah.
All right. Actually, let's go back to Chloe Riley has a little bit more about Daenerys. While Tyrion has made a deal with the Masters to end slavery in Slaver's Bay within 7 years as part of a gradual process rather than sweeping changes that Dany tried to bring. However, Grey Worm and Missandei have their doubts. As Tyrion said, slavery is a horror that must be ended at once. War is a horror that must be ended at once. I can't do both in the same day. If you were in Tyrion's position, what would you do?
Same.
Okay.
Because this is the thing. At the time, and even then I still agree with Tyrion because you can't end a war, I guess is the best way to say it. If she just slaughters everyone that went... Because then, if you want to argue it on a moral standpoint, you can't necessarily for sure know that all of the Masters and the Masters' families that are going to become Masters eventually, that they're all just as guilty.
Right.
You can't even argue that. So then, morally it's wrong. B, on an actual political level, as her as queen, how is she going to rule cities where you just took out the main top infrastructure of every single economic system in each of these cities? And these are big cities that have, and that are backed by the Iron Bank, I'm assuming, if the Iron Bank's operating in Essos. I'm assuming the Iron Bank backs them, so that means that she'd probably have to deal with Bravos too. I don't know if there's slaves in Bravos, but either way, she had to back that financial gain, and so even the people she didn't kill, and that spread out a lot, and you wouldn't do it. And that's like another thing, just kind of like how the issue with the in Pike with the Greyjoys, they're sea-bearing people. They're not going to be able to hold the mainland against. So how is she going to be able to hold all of these cities, like, without having them fall back just as quickly as they did? Okay, I'll give you this: if there wasn't if there was like not the cop out, like, and he just like disregarded the fact that they fell back in, and then like she then went to Westeros, and someone just, then I guess George R. could have just copped out and been like, yeah, everything worked out, everyone kind of listened, everyone, whoever she left to rule did a good job. But since George R. brought up the fact that these masters are still very angry, still want slavery, and still going back into it, there's no escaping it. They will always come back to it. They will always unless Tyrion tries to change the only way you change someone's actions is changing their motivations. And so he has to change their motivation and make them realize that they can make money some other way.
Right, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Exactly, and it's not going to fall in one day either. And so he has to let it have time.
Okay. So now we'll go.
But I don't know if she's going to listen to that. I still think she'll just kill everyone, probably, or at least try to.
Cool. So yeah, that was the last Daenerys question. Now we'll go back to Jon and Sansa. So Liz, we finally get a Stark family reunion. Given how Sansa and Jon had never been particularly close, even Sansa admitted it in this episode. Yeah. Just admit it, I was terrible. Mainly due to Sansa following her mother's view of Jon. How do you think their relationship will develop in the future? What do you? Well, just that for now.
It'll grow, obviously. It's already growing.
I mean, both of them are very different people than when they left each other.
Yeah, and I mean, they're both adults now, almost, and Sansa's almost fully adult, and Jon will for sure is. But, he'll protect her, and I think he's just kind of coming into that, but he still was very timid. But that's what I'm saying, like, that's why I liked Robb over Jon, is because Robb in that situation would never even let that happen. Jon was still like, I don't want to fight anymore. It's like, Jon, it's not about you wanting to fight. What the fuck are you even saying? Like, your sister just came back. I'm assuming you know what probably happened to her. Probably. Like, what are you even still talking about? Like, they're in your house. You can't just let them not, And so, I don't know. That was frustrating with Jon, I'm not going to lie, but hopefully he'll make the right decision.
I think he's still getting over the fact that he died.
Yeah. Well, like
the
fact that like his whole life he's fought for what he believed in, and even though he was doing the right thing, he still got killed for it.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a crisis. It's kind of like an identity crisis, probably kind of thing.
No, I'm sure, but he had to know that he could have been killed by any one of those other people still trying to fight that battle. So just because it happened to happen one time does not mean that it couldn't have happened any of the other times. That's my point.
Right.
I think it hurt him more because he got betrayed, and I think it was really Ollie that hurt him. But he needs to understand that he needs to understand why Ollie did it, I think, for him to get closure. Because I think right now it just hurts him so much. But like, he needs to know why. I mean, we know why, but he needs to know why Ollie. He has to understand that.
Yeah. Now, continuing on this thought, Liz wants to further ask, what did you think of... now, before they got the letter from Ramsay, what do you think of the scene in which Sansa's pushing Jon to fight for Winterfell? As as an audience, we probably want them to take Winterfell back. But do you think Sansa is using her learned manipulation skills that she was with Littlefinger for a while, she was in King's Landing for a while? Was she using her learned manipulation skills on Jon to get him to go fight, or is she just trying to motivate him given what happened to him?
She's just trying to motivate him.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think she's manipulating him.
I don't think she's manipulating him, but it was weird how even she... I don't know what's wrong with people on communication skills around Jon, but it was even weird how she fucking was talking about it. Like, we're Starks. We can't... It's not about Starks. He raped you.
Tell him.
He betrayed your father, or his father betrayed your father, but that family didn't. He would have done the exact same.
They have Rickon in a dungeon.
They have Well, now they know.
Well,
that,
now
but
they
even
didn't know
that.
That's true.
But even now for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah.
What are you guys even talking about? So, like, the fact that it's even like her saying like, we have a duty being the last. No, fuck all that. Like, your family just got like. He did you guys wrong. Go get him back. Like, I don't understand why.
That's more of a motivational thing than being
Much
like, it's our namesake.
Yeah, I completely understand why he'd be like, I don't want to fight a war for the Starks. But like, to make up for what happened, yeah, fuck, or to even keep her safe. Like, she'll never be safe as long as Ramsay's alive and she's in the north. So unless he's gonna go as far fucking south and just forget everyone with her, like, it's not gonna happen. And so he needs to go. She needs to go and get him and to fight for, and she will. He'll go fight, but he needs to go fight Ramsay. Hopefully Melisandre can help somehow.
Now, Angela S. Tormund seems quite taken with Brienne.
That'll be funny. I like to see that relationship keep going.
But what about Jaime?
She'll get over Jaime. She knows that Cersei loves Jaime.
I don't think she's gonna get over Jaime.
Jaime did say, "There's only one woman I've ever loved."
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Jasper Halsey, did you like Sansa a little bit more in this episode?
Yeah, she's getting a little more confident. I like that about her, but again, I was pretty frustrated with the communication skills.
13 Vocals wants to know, can you remember Jon and Sansa ever even having a conversation in this series?
I was trying to think back to when he was bad to her, but I really couldn't. Like, I was just
when she was bad to him.
Yeah, when she was bad to him, but like I really couldn't remember.
I don't think they really talked.
Right.
I don't think they had a conversation. If I'm really fighting to try to remember one. I don't think they ever talked. Jon left pretty quickly. Sansa left pretty quickly. I think the only time that I even saw them sitting together, standing together, was when they were all having dinner, and then Arya.
He wasn't allowed in the dinner.
Oh, that's right. He wasn't even there. He was outside with Bingen.
Yeah.
So then, the only time, and then he wasn't even standing with them when Robert originally came.
Yeah, because they thought it would be, an insult to have a.
Yeah, this was weird to even see them together, let alone earlier.
So Samfix 234. Now that they are reunited, what reunion would you like to see next?
Hopefully Rickon and Jon and Sansa.
Rickon
that would be awesome. Yeah.
That's the most logical next step.
Yeah.
Because
just of what the situation.
Right, because
that'd be crazy if Arya ran into or somehow got with Bran next.
It's so funny when I was watching this the first time. I was complaining. I'm like, dude, everyone forgot about Rickon. Rickon doesn't exist.
He's just chilling.
And then the next episode, you see Rickon. I was like,
God damn.
Finally!
I was scared.
And he's so much older now.
I was scared
think about how little those kids.
He was little.
We really need to just rewatch the first episode once we're all done with this, just to be like,
Start over.
Ned.
Well, it was quicker for me.
Rob.
I saw them grow up pretty fast. That was only 2 months ago for me. But if it was 3 years ago.
Well, and then you can see
just
how blonde Peter Dinklage was in episode 1.
They were all.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, he was much blonder.
Yeah.
So was Jaime. Though.
All the characters.
I've saw them grow a lot. In the last 2 months, it's been they've gotten a lot.
So, belongs Lois. Melisandre somehow serves Jon now. Why? Is that a good thing for Jon?
No. But luckily, he doesn't listen to her.
And
maybe now that he brought her back. Davos is still weary of her, which is good, but Davos is also still trying to.
She brought Jon back,
but still trying to find out what happened with Shireen.
Now, did she say that Jon was the prince who was promised?
Yeah,
Davos was like,
"You said that about Stannis."
Yeah, he's like, "What about Stannis?"
He's like, "Yeah, you said that. You said that same thing about Stannis."
That's why I was like, I don't like that. That's her thing to say. But then also maybe, it was supposed to be Jon the entire time, and she just saw her visions differently, but I wonder where he gets his king's blood from. It has to be his mom, but I don't know where. I still can't figure out how that would have worked, unless she was Baratheon. Unless his mom was Baratheon as well.
Okay.
And that actually makes him related to Stannis.
Oh, Jon?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that somehow, I don't know the Baratheon lineage, because at first Ned wasn't even promised to. There was somebody else, I forgot who. But
it was his brother that was supposed to marry Catelyn Stark.
Yeah, but Ned also loved somebody else too at some point before that, I thought. Or was with somebody else before, or wanted to be with somebody else before that, I can't remember though. But
history and lore?
No, I think I heard him say, I thought somebody said it about, I think maybe it was Catelyn talking about.
Well, Robert was asking about your bastard's mother, and Ned was like, "Oh, her name was."
No, not that. But wait, what?
Huh?
Wait, what did you
It
say?
was back in season 1, episode 2. He said it was Wyla or whatever, and he's like, "You didn't talk about her much." He's like, "Nor will I."
Yeah, nor will I. Yeah. But like I don't know. But it probably was whatever female was involved with that whole situation. But it probably most likely. But then she said she was no, because it couldn't have been Baratheon because Catelyn said that she had like exotic, far away. But that also could just be what she thought, just because that's what Ned said too. Yeah, which is true. He has King's blood in him. Period.
Okay.
Whatever that blood tie that makes them be able to do what they do, he has that in him. So I just can't. It's from his mom too. I just don't know who that is.
So the King's blood is from his mom's side.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out who it is though.
So Belonglos wants to know what Littlefinger's plans for the Vale are. Because you saw
to take over Winterfell.
Okay.
Didn't you say to enter the Vale? It's time for the
Vale to enter the fray, like the fight.
Oh, into the fray. Oh, I see.
To join the fray, I should say.
Join the fray. I thought it was the phrase. I was like, wait a minute.
He didn't say the phrase. He said to join the fray.
Yeah. I thought he said the phrase at first. I was like, wait a minute. No, I think he'll fight. I think he'll go fight Winterfell. Oh, maybe that'll be the person that Jon can call upon, and Sansa trusts him.
Okay.
And Littlefinger might even get a hold of Jon.
Okay.
That'd be smart for Littlefinger if I was him.
Does Sansa trust Littlefinger?
At the moment.
He gave her to Ramsay Bolton.
Yeah, but he was, remember, like, she got back on the horse. Like, he also was like, remember, there wasn't like a frustration. I mean, she was.
No, but he like, think about it. Like, he's just like, oh yeah, trust me, you'll be fine with Ramsay. Like, he didn't know at the time,
That's my point. Is that he'll act like he didn't know at the time.
Okay,
like he'll be like,
and so that's just
how
the way.
Could I know that?
That's
he's
just
so
the way
good
he's
to
gonna
get out
play
of
it.
everything. Like, he'll get out of it. Like, I'm not worried about.
He's a smooth talker.
Oh yeah, he'll be, how could I have known? Why would I have ever wished you? After everything I've fought for you, then I would have. No, he'll figure it out. I'm not worried about that at all. So he'll probably then continue the power. Because now he knows that with Jon around too, and possibly like the Ramsays falling down, and they already have the support of the North, he might just use Sansa and Jon.
Okay. Cool.
I fucking hope that means not what I think it means. I hope he doesn't betray Jon. Otherwise, Littlefinger drops immediately to my shit list. Immediately. He's in the middle right now, but he would drop to number 1 on my shit list.
So...
Right now, I respect him because he's making decent moves without fucking too many people over.
Well, now he is. Like, back in season 1...
he's fucking Ned. He's fucked over everybody.
He's fucked everybody in this show.
And yet, nobody seems to hold him accountable for his actions.
Because the people who
they don't know.
don't lie.
Because they don't know.
They're not alive anymore. He's smart about the people he fucks over.
He is so good in his... like planning and shit. Like the one person that knew about Jon Arryn's like the real cause of Jon Arryn's death, he killed freaking Lysa.
Yeah, that was
true.
Smart. Yeah,
but
even coming
Sansa
back.
Sansa knows that he had everything to do with Joffrey's death.
Yes, Sansa does know that he killed Joffrey.
Yeah, and she knows that he was the one who killed Lysa.
Yeah, she was there when he.
She was there when he
killed
killed Lysa.
She was there when he pushed her.
When he pushed her,
yeah, she was gonna push. Lysa was gonna put Sansa through.
Yeah, which is true. He did technically save her, but then he also killed her for no reason.
Yeah.
Which he can then again spin. She doesn't know why. She doesn't know about Jon Arryn.
Was Lysa that crazy all the time? Because if you look at her sister Cat, she's not crazy.
Yeah,
she's crazy for Littlefinger. Like she's
she was always jealous of like Catelyn and Littlefinger.
Littlefinger would practice kissing with both Lysa and Cat when they were kids. This is in the history and lore.
Yeah. I keep forgetting you don't have that content. See, I'm saying it adds so much to everything. God, I love the history and lore.
Like Littlefinger was in love with Cat.
Yeah.
Right. Lysa was in love with Littlefinger, which is why it was so easy.
All the way up to
Which is why it was so easy.
She's in love with him.
That's why it was so easy for him to convince her to poison Jon Arryn.
And she's the only reason that he even got to the Jon Arryn, because he was just managing stocks back in the Fingers, or managing ships. But then she talked Jon Arryn into letting him then go over to to manage the Master. No, not yet. Sorry. But then after the Master of Coin, but then he went to the Vale and started doing stuff for the Vale, and then once the rebellion happened, that's how he worked his way all the way up to. So we got to see his climb.
Littlefinger has done like
everything pretty much.
Yeah,
everything.
Like
crazy.
So much shit.
Well, not everything, but he's put in place a ton.
Yeah. So, what is Littlefinger's next?
I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know what would put him in most places.
Sneaky. I don't know what his plan is. I don't know what his agenda is anymore.
So Osha was poisoned by our enemies, and
oh yeah,
and Jon got a letter. Why is Ramsay provoking Jon and the wildlings?
Why is Jon?
No, why is Ramsay provoking Jon and the wildlings?
Maybe to draw him out to fight.
Okay, because you think 5,000 versus 2,000 is
It's an easy
much,
fight.
much easier.
Much easier fight, and plus it's pretty easy.
So you're saying it's an empty threat that he was going to come north and get Sansa back?
Yeah, he wouldn't abandon Winterfell with all of his army, just because then he could get taken from any of the people who don't respect him right now.
Okay.
A wild dog would be treated like a mad dog would be treated like a mad dog.
That's what his dad said.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you think about Osha dying?
Sally don't care. I don't know. She was an arguably suspect character throughout most of it. I mean, I'm happy that she
was with Rickon for.
She was a strong character.
Once
we just didn't see.
She didn't have to stay with Bran and Rickon, but she decided to because the Starks actually respected her. They could have treated her poorly when she became a prisoner.
She also tried to kill
treating her poorly when she was a prisoner.
Well, that was like when she was with a band of wildlings that just got south of the wall. They were trying to flee the White Walkers. They're like, "Fuck this! We're going to try and get as far south as possible." So they're going to steal some money from the little lord.
Yeah, but they were. Yeah, I don't know.
But the Starks showed mercy.
The Starks did show mercy, which is
and she respected that, and she helped Bran and Rickon. Because Hodor wasn't going to be doing any fighing.
If anything, she just made up for her issues. That's my point. Is that that's why I don't think it'll take a long time for either Theon or her to come back into my good graces, the viewer's good graces, because she started off with a negative, and she's just trying to make up for that negative at the beginning. And she would have killed them. If
Theon and Robb hadn't saved the day.
I'm sure she's killed.
And it was
kids
Theon
before.
that saved.
Theon
saved Bran at that time
with that arrow.
General questions. Belongs Los. What is Bronn's last name?
Does he even have one?
Bronn of Blackwater.
Sir Bronn of the Blackwater.
I think so.
I'm trying to remember because he said where he came from.
Well, someone was talking to him, and it's Bronn, who's your father? And he's like, you wouldn't know him.
Yeah, he's just no name. That's his bit as MO, but I guess he could technically be lying and be of some from somewhere.
Belongs Los. Still, do dragons understand all languages, or just the common tongue, or Valyrian and the common tongue?
Ooh, they understand intentions. Okay. Maybe they don't understand language.
So it's more of an empathic or
energy based.
So they definitely understood Tyrion. He was speaking common tongue.
Yeah, well, they understood what he was doing, I think.
And Daenerys mostly speaks common to them.
But she also speaks Valyrian.
A little bit of Valyrian to them. So Mace Tyrell has already come back from the Iron Bank. He went to the Iron Bank. He's already back because you've seen him in the small council meetings. So any idea on how the crown being in debt to is that story just kind of over now? Because
I'm assuming, I guess, or somehow they're funding the Iron Bank again, or getting funded by the Iron, or the Iron Bank believes that they'll get the money.
Getting funded? Oh, the
Iron Bank's funding somebody for them.
Okay.
I just don't know who.
Oh, and again, just general questions. So there are some characters that we haven't seen in a long time. Thoughts on where they are, or if they are.
Stannis.
Blackfish.
Blackfish.
Gendry, Hot Pie. I'll go over these one at a time, but Blackfish, Gendry, Hot Pie, Beric Dondarrion, Thoros of Myr, Salador San, and Edmure. So let's start with Blackfish.
Blackfish is probably back with the Tullys.
Okay.
Hot Pie is probably still making bread. I don't see why he would have left.
Right.
Okay.
I think that's where he is too.
Gendry
still rowing.
Is probably in King's Landing, hiding in plain sight.
Beric Dondarrion and Thoros of Myr, since they're kind of both near each other.
I don't know. Probably still just fucking shit up.
Brotherhood without banners.
Brotherhood without banners, just But I don't know, now that there's not that big war going on, I don't know where they would be. And they're not paid soldiers anymore, so I don't know.
Okay.
Where they would be even going.
Well, they were just kind of fucking with the Lannisters.
Exactly, yeah. Lannisters and everybody.
Yeah. Salador San.
Who is Salador San?
The pirate that.
Davos, that's right.
The pirate buddy of Davos.
Oh, maybe he's still pirating. Maybe he's still.
Where the fuck did he? Oh, the ship. Where did the ships go though that Jon had?
After Hardhome.
Yeah. They're still
somewhere. He said he would return them to Stannis, and
then Stannis died. So he still has all those ships, which may mean that's what Jon's play is to get around Winterfell. He could try to come up, he could try to sail around
Okay.
With all those people, and then like come up a way that they never even thought they'd get attacked from.
Okay.
And then have the rest of the people from the north attacked from the other way or something.
So Salvador's son
could be fighting with John.
Okay. And then Edmure.
Edmure's still in a dungeon probably.
Okay.
With
like after the wedding.
Daddy's with his wife.
Yeah. Okay. And now since we're getting more... Oh, actually, let's head over to King's Landing. We haven't even talked about King's Landing yet, I guess. And Jessica, you gotta leave soon.
I know. It's time. There it is.
Hey, Google, stop.
Oh.
We gotta say bye to Jessica. She's gotta go to work right now, so... what do you think about the High Sparrow's story of how he turned his life to the faith?
Full of shit.
This is Montana Donaldson, by the way.
He's full of shit.
Okay. So
he's very, very convincing, because I almost believed him for a second, but he's full of shit.
Okay. Did Marjorie
believe him? A little bit, but not that much, so she still was fighting when she got...
Like when
and
she
I think
got
it was
Dolores.
flipped. I think he brought her in there for Dolores to break her down, not the other way around.
Oh, okay.
Like, and maybe now she's broken now that she's in there.
Now that she's seen
what,
how
yeah.
Lord,
I don't think she would have been... Obviously, she wasn't broken before that, so maybe that was his last-ditch effort to
yeah,
break
because
her.
like she was like pretending to listen to his story and be like, oh, and then she's like, oh,
she's good.
Septa Unella was telling me these stories. You know, I listen, or well, not telling me, talked at me. But then like you saw that there was still some fire in her when she was talking to Loris. So. Will Marjorie... Montana Donaldson wants to know, will Marjorie have to make a walk of atonement?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. I think she'll get saved before then.
Yes, because they were talking in the small council.
Lady that will not happen.
And Cersei is talking about, letting the second biggest army, telling her Uncle Kevin to be like, stand down, let the Tyrells' army into the city.
Which may be their downfall. Which may be the perfect storm.
Whose downfall?
The Lannisters.
The Lannisters.
That may be the perfect storm for like the Tyrells to come in and just occupy.
So Cersei just keeps on making one bad decision after another. Be like, all right, let's give power to the Sparrows. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh shit, there's too much power. All right, let's give power to the Tyrells.
Well, because when she lost, her dad didn't keep the power. She had to figure out a way to empower herself more. And her Uncle Kevin took the rest of the armies of the Lannisters. It wasn't like Jaime took the control of it.
Right.
And it wasn't like Tyrion took control of it. So then now she's really just like three people trying to make it in this world. Her, Tommen, and fucking... And even Tommen's not doing a good job with the fucking Kingsguard. She doesn't even have him.
Yeah.
She didn't even do a good job enough controlling him.
Alright.
Whether it was when he was with Marjorie, even now, without Marjorie, which is really surprising, she still can't even have his ear. Fully.
And then, few people, like Liz and Montana Donaldson, basically kind of asking, will Yara be the Queen of the Iron Islands?
We'll see how much.
Because Theon
his
came
brother,
back.
His brother is awfully confident, so I would have to
Euron?
see. Like Euron was over here calling himself the Drowned God, and like has sailed all around, and like went mad and came back. I don't know. Well, he's a pretty interesting character, so I want to say yeah. We'll also have to see.
Yeah, just that one little scene you've seen him in, you're just like,
that's
intriguing.
Yeah, I liked him already, just the sharedness in his character, and so we'll see.
Okay.
I almost want to argue that he'd be a better leader than Yara.
Oh, than Yara? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, Stephen Davis. Hello, Brian and Joey. I would like to first thank Joey for answering my question about his ethnicity, racial background for me and my friend. There was no money involved in the bet. I did win.
That's funny.
Just bragging rights. I would like to give you some background on how the question came about. I'm a black male and my friend is a white woman, and we both recently took an ancestry DNA test to discover our racial backgrounds. The test revealed that my friend was 99% European and 1% Asian. My test results said that I was 25% European and 75% African, which completely shocked me because of my dark complexion. One day we were talking about our test results as we were watching your reaction videos, and I said to my friend that you were giving off a Mariah Carey vibe, and I bet her that you were mixed. She said that she thought you were 100% Caucasian, but just tan. To be honest, I really didn't notice until Brian switched to a better resolution in the videos and you started to get more tan. Then your facial features started to be more pronounced. Plus, sitting next to Brian makes you really stand out
really
because he is
hair,
he is so pale.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Anyway, thanks for being a good sport about it, answering the question, Joey, and not being offended. I hope you guys...
No. I get it all the time. I mean, I look really white, so like everyone always thinks I'm white, but my grandmother's full black. So I mean, I got raised by my grandmother part of my childhood, and so in all essence, I feel a lot more black than I actually am. But I mean, that's all just identity. I mean, I don't let it define myself. I'm mixed. That's why I don't like to be like I'm white or I'm black. I mean, I'm a little bit of culture of everything, so I can kind of see a little bit of everything. But no, I get that all the time, man. You're all good. That's funny that you guys said that you pegged that. Yeah. Only black people can know that I'm black, though. I swear to God. Only they can feel like that. He's part black, but like white people never fucking know.
Okay. And then I hope you guys continue to put out great videos. The Jon Snow death scene reaction had us in tears laughing. By the way, my friend thinks you are gorgeous. Oh, thank you. Oh, no,
thank
sorry.
you. I'm so cocky. I immediately said thank you, Brian's like,
no, most of this message was directed at you.
True.
So,
but yeah, thank you. That's funny.
Stark of Winterfell, what are you most excited about doing once you're all caught up and don't need to worry about spoilers?
Looking at all the comments and watching the videos, I really do want to like be able to connect with you guys more. And at the end, I'll give you guys my Instagram, and you guys can hit me up, and that's where I'm most on. And so I just can't now because I don't trust everyone. I trust most of you, but
yeah, I know.
There's way too many trollers that would love to fuck my life up at the end.
People have been asking me, like, I've been doing those test live streams, and I'm just like, they're like, oh, does Joey have an Instagram? Does he have a Facebook? I'm like, we don't want to put that information out yet.
Yeah, so I will at the end. I will talk to you guys. I'm so happy that you guys have grown to be my friends and watched me throughout this entire process. I've grown so much, and you guys have seen that.
Yeah.
I like that you guys enjoy my opinion on stuff. I want to get your guys' opinion on stuff and talk to you guys. I'm just happy to finally be fully a part of the conversation because there's always something getting held back from me right now. But once I'm at the end, we're all just talking about what we think eventually is going to happen, and that cannot wait for that. So probably that, and then also watch television again. I'm going to watch television in 2 months just because I don't want to have any spoilers at all. So being able to freely look on the internet and YouTube and freely...
I'm excited to not accidentally say something on the
I bet, yeah.
So, actually, if Film Buff, if you're watching, comment below, because I know that when you guys were doing your reactions that Stefano had his own channel, like that you guys were actively advertising most of season 1 and 2, being like, hey, go over to TTL Films. I'm just wondering, did he ever get any spoilers from any trolls?
Man, that would
because
suck so bad.
they knew how to directly contact Stefano, who was his so Im was I was the person that had seen the show before. Stefano had not. And I was just like, ooh, that's risky, having people going over to TTL Films.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't even...
being like, man, I don't want to take any risks as far as spoilers are concerned.
Plus, I want to watch all your guys' reactions, too, like American Mom and, all you guys. I mean, I want to see how you guys react to. I just can't watch them right now because in the comments or on the side, it could be completely spoiled for me in the future. So
yeah,
I just want to go back and be a part of the community, I guess, is the best answer for that. Right now, I feel like I'm just passively in it, but I can't wait to be fully immersed in the community eventually. Yeah. No, I love Game of Thrones.
This for me
to start, I was almost like, fuck Game of Thrones. It's a stupid ass show. Everyone's tripping about it 3 months ago.
Before
to being
we started.
This is the best show that has ever been created, and thoroughly a fan of George R. R. Martin. He might still be God. I'm not sure. And so, I've changed. I would say I'm the most changed character. But, I love Game of Thrones.
Well, and again, this community is freaking amazing.
Oh, you guys are so awesome.
Within, 3 days of us posting our first videos, we already had people from Vienna, Austria.
All over the world.
All over the world.
Which is insane.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
This community is just so tight-knit. Yeah. And they just go from reaction channel to reaction channel because they just can't get enough of it.
And I'm going to be the same way now. I'm going to be on all those channels too. I want to see. It's hard for me to not want to be how did you guys react? Because these guys don't get to react, so it's I'm the only one reacting most of the time, and so it's I don't get to ever see anybody else react. So I cannot wait to see how everybody else. I mean, I've seen little things here and there, just of old episodes that Brian showed me of people reacting to stuff. So that's fun, and that's why it always teases. I want to actually be able to watch all this and stuff.
So you should see the reactions to the Red Wedding because that was the first time that reaction videos started really becoming a thing. Because all the book readers knew it was going to happen, and all the show people had no idea.
So there was a bunch of people.
It was secretly they wouldn't tell their friends that they were videotaping them, so they just secretly were hiding a camera, shooting it, And they posted a lot of those, and they showed George R.R. Martin, like a bunch of people reacting to the Red Wedding.
Oh, that's so funny.
So, and then
good for George R. to be able to write that kind of impact into a person's life is insane. To be able to just like have that feeling so pronounced across the board for everyone. I'm really saying like he is amazing.
Although one person, on that note. There was one person saying that we were giving too much credit to George R.R. Martin now that the show is caught up to the books.
I try to give credit as much as I can to that team and to the writers when I can. It's just hard because I don't know. The writers are only basing their writings off of what George R. has already put in place, and I have to argue
and some of the stuff that he's already going to
he's already going to do. And yeah, I like some of the story development, but honestly, I kind of like the dialogue's getting a little bit better in this season, I'd actually say.
Than season 5?
Than season 5, but season 4 and season 5 dialogue... season 4 is... So season 5's dialogue was kind of muddled and like not as strong as the first couple seasons when it was like more closely related to everything that was said in the book. And so that's why I gave a lot of credit to George R. But no, I do give credit. I mean, the cinematography, the directing, the even the way that it's shot, because I noticed differently. It was shot differently when they went back in time. Before I knew they were back in time, I was already like, this was shot differently. Why is it shot differently? And that's because they were back in time. So just the director and the filmer's ability to be able to keep everything across the board the same to where you're not feeling like you're jumping through all these different places even though you are is a really great job. And to keep the actors all on the same page, and these actors who have never met each other to then bring characters together soundly and hold characters.
Yeah, you can't even remember Kit Harington and Sansa even... Sorry, you can't even remember Jon Snow and Sansa even talking to each other in any of the 5 seasons.
And that didn't feel fake or forced
and it's
at
just
all.
like, and it's like, bam, yeah, of course they were siblings that grew up together.
And that's really a true testament to the directing, to the writing now, and also to the actors. And for the actors to keep their characters so well throughout all of those seasons and to grow with those characters is really amazing too. So sorry if I don't give enough credit to them. I really do appreciate, I really do see all of the work that they're putting in. Like, it's amazing. Like, there's some of the best acting that I've ever seen, especially for the length of time that they've still been acting.
Right.
Because there's a year in between each one. I mean, that's insane. I mean, I know that they're still working, filming, but they're not filming and working every single day. And so, I don't know, it's really impressive.
And with so many different storylines. Some people, like Bran took like a whole year off.
I know, and then to come back and still have the motivation, still have the energy, still have the... I mean, it really good job by them.
And then FLGSC, since we're 4 episodes, we're 40% done with the season, man. What are your just overall feelings on the season so far?
It's slower than I thought.
Slower?
So far.
Okay.
Even though it's not in some aspects, it is. It's taken way longer than I thought. It's taken already 4 episodes for them to even start talking about removing the Sparrow out of power, which is insane to me.
Okay.
So that is going very, very slow in King's
Landing.
Landing.
Because the Walk of Atonement was the end of last season. So yeah, it's been 4 whole episodes and the Sparrow is still going strong.
And that was even before... That's just the Walk of Atonement. That was not even like
before
how long
they started
been
going crazy. Yeah.
I mean, so the fact that they're still...
Well, but like prior to that though, when Cersei was in custody... Like, who was going to do anything? Because Jaime was in Dorne.
Well, not Jaime, but I'm surprised
that
Lady Olenna.
Okay, yeah.
And Littlefinger both had a conversation a while ago about how they were going to get everyone freed, and but nothing happened about that ever. Like
that conversation was before Cersei got imprisoned.
Oh, was that before Cersei got imprisoned?
Yeah, because she was pissed that Loras and Marjorie got imprisoned, and then Littlefinger's like, "I've got a gift for you, the same gift for you that I had for Cersei, a young man." And then shortly after,
when Cersei. Oh, so that's what Littlefinger was talking about. He imprisoned Cersei, didn't get the motivations where everyone had to be released.
Probably something along those lines, yeah.
Because I don't know what the young man that he gave Lady Olenna was.
Probably Lancel.
That's what I thought. So then Lancel, yeah. So.
Because Lancel was one of the faith, because Lancel never actually
testified.
Never said Cersei by name when he was confessing his own sins, but
later he did. Yeah, so I guess that did come about, but I just thought it was going to be freeing them, and it didn't free them, and so I'm just surprised that they're taking as long as they do. The Wall is taking a little bit longer.
So King's Landing is slow. The Wall is slow.
Arya was slow, but then sped up very, very fast the last couple of episodes. Sansa's moving very fast. Thank God she's freed now. That's a good... I like that pace. and Daenerys' pace. I like her whole pace.
Well, now Sansa's at the wall, so
now Sansa's at the wall, and I love that grouping. I like the grouping of
Yeah.
like Tyrion and all them.
Well,
and
at first you were like, yeah,
Davos.
fucking Brienne, fucking Davos, and Jon, and to even a lesser extent Melisandre.
Yeah.
But this was before Brienne was like, I know that you had something to do with Renly's death.
This
is like that's just something that you didn't even think about. You're like, oh man, I like these characters. I like these characters.
That.
But shit, oh yeah, they don't like each other.
Yeah, they don't like each other at all.
Like Brienne is just like.
Luckily, I'm not as worried about Brienne. Luckily, I think Brienne respects Sansa over her commitment. At least now, I hope. Now she's killed Stannis, because that's way too. Then you can't trust Brienne at all. It's almost like the whole Arya thing. It's like if your own personal vendetta outweighs your commitment to me, then you don't have any So she
people did want to point out that when you were giving Brienne flack that part of her oath to Catelyn was not part of her, but she's like, when the time comes for Stannis, you just promise me you won't hold me back.
True. It's a very big fucking cop out.
that was back in season 3.
And you guys fucking know it. I'm not gonna well done, but I'm not letting you play that game. Nice try, but no, fuck her. She left, dude. She left. Actually, she stayed even then. And it's like, I get that, like, she didn't know she was in danger.
But she didn't know she was going to find Stannis. She could have died on the way to finding Stannis.
Exactly. Like, you're endangering yourself for your own personal vendetta. Don't fucking try to spin it a different way and say that you had a better... And even then, okay, you had your out, but then don't try to come back and be like, see, I'm still loyal to you. No, fuck you. Go kill Stannis. I don't need you. Like, I don't know. I guess I cut people too quick. But I'm not saying fuck Bran completely. Like,
she saved Sansa.
Yeah, she saved Sansa. That's great that she's... I'm saying she's redeemed herself. At the time, fuck her. She's redeemed herself now. But I'm saying if she then again, betrays Sansa to try to kill Melisandre, to try to kill Davos, or try to, whatever, then you can't trust Bran. Bran then is just only worrying about herself. It's not...
But as of right now...
Bran's great. And if she can control herself and not kill Melisandre and not kill Davos, unless
something
bad
future
happens or something else changes, that warrants it. But not just a prior
personal vendetta from...
and then, she, of course, that's one of the best people to have Sansa, or for Sansa to have around, but it just depends on how she wants to be. Hopefully she makes a better decision this time.
Cool. Oh, and Aurelia Diaz, you were talking earlier in a previous episode about Game of Thrones actors not being paid well, but actually Peter Dinklage...
Yeah, we just saw that.
Yeah, we talked about this before before we started recording, but...
Which is crazy, because that probably drops about $50 million per season just for those actors, which means that everyone else's budget...
$1.1 million per episode? That would be half their budget.
That'd be half their budget for those five characters.
So Jon Snow, Daenerys, Jaime, Cersei.
More than that. I didn't even
Tyrion.
So that's
wait, no. Tyrion, Jaime, Cersei, Daenerys, and Jon. So that's 5. So that'd be 5.5 million per episode of the 10 million that they're paying per because each episode was 10 million per episode, I think. So
yeah, I mean, there's 10 episodes. That's 50 million. And you were saying 100 million each.
1.1 million each episode.
Maybe
was that each episode, or was it 1.1 million for the season?
That probably was a season. Oh, it said in season 6 though.
Yeah, well, no, in season 6. Obviously, it's gone up.
Yeah, it may have just been that last season, because you did say it was 100 million for. But
the first season was only like 5 million per episode. Now it's doubled up to 10 million per episode. But
that's still a lot of money to
for
pay.
5 actors.
Arguably, those are the actors that are carrying the entire show.
Maybe to a lesser extent, Jaime, but the other 4 are huge. Like Cersei. Jaime is pretty big, I guess.
And Jaime, what's the actor's name? Jaime's character.
Nicolaj Coster-Waldau.
Really? Nicolaj? Really?
Yeah.
I've seen him in so many whitewashed roles. It's so weird that he's such a foreign name, but. Nicolaj Coster-Waldau was an actor that I've seen in other stuff before, so he could have already had a little gravity coming into the show. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how Khal Drogo's character was already in stuff, and
he's ever since he has been actually a pretty big character.
I mean, he has been a big character too, but I'm saying he also was a big actor going into the season 2 or going into the series, but. I don't know. That's still a lot of money to pay.
5.5 million.
That means that the rest of the actors, the rest of the crew, the rest of the budget is all
$4.5 million per episode.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because there's a lot of still big supporting characters that also still probably command a good amount of money per episode.
Well, and I don't know like if that money counts as part of the money per episode.
And I guess technically not every character is in every episode throughout the season.
Right.
So
so if there's an episode that doesn't have Jamie, that
doesn't have that's
$1.1
true.
million.
So I guess it's not actually probably half the budget throughout the entire thing. It's probably more close to like 30 million per season than 50 million because you got to think like definitely Tyrion's not in every single episode. Daenerys isn't in every single episode. Jamie's not in every single episode. So probably amongst them, it probably still comes out to a good amount. That's still a lot to get paid.
Of the $100+ million that this season cost, it was still at least
30
like
to
30 to 40 million.
Yeah, because there are in most of the episodes at least. Yeah. But that's crazy. Good for them. I was saying they should get paid. This is such an impact. Like, get your money.
Get your money.
They're getting their money. I mean, God. I mean, I can't imagine how much Game of Thrones and HBO is making.
Yeah, that like HBO Go was almost pretty much created because of Game of Thrones because like there was so much. This is the most illegally pirated show like ever, ever most illegally pirated show.
That's crazy.
And so they're just like, all right, people aren't going to buy a whole HBO subscription for like a year just to watch Game of Thrones, but if we do this like little HBO Go thing, because like HBO has always been packaged with like big cable companies, you know, but like they created this like HBO Now, HBO Go, so that you can just buy HBO, so you don't have to buy a whole cable package, to just be able to watch Game of Thrones, which is a smart move. I mean, because like people are willing to pay, you know, what, $8 a month for Netflix. Fuck,
Netflix killed. Netflix was the original first stab, I think, in my opinion, to cable companies.
Okay.
I think they were the first, and then Hulu came, and then everything else.
Right.
Actually,
Amazon Prime.
Even if Hulu was there first, I would have to say Netflix was the more pronounced of the two. Yeah. So and then
people don't say Hulu and chill. People say Netflix.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think now it's just the slow downfall of cable companies, and then these shows are just going to be slowly picked up.
That was a smart idea on HBO.
Oh, HBO's staying alive.
There's such a huge call for people watching Game of Thrones, and they want, instead of having people illegally download it, give them a reasonable price.
But that shows that like how much more prominent of a show, because HBO still, I'm pretty sure, had Spartacus was HBO too, wasn't it, or was that Showtime?
I don't know. I can check.
Either way, I'm just saying, like, they've had big shows with Master of Sex, Sopranos, but those shows didn't warrant anything. I mean, this show brought everyone.
Yeah, Spartacus was HBO.
Yeah, so I mean, they had Spartacus before too, and they didn't need to get an HBO. So I mean, honestly, this show is just such an impact to everyone.
Yeah,
it's such a great.
And it's becoming like a cultural phenomenon. Like,
it's across the world.
Where you can have a reaction channel.
Yeah,
based off people are freaking watching us from
around the world, and still like actually like present in like. Not just like, oh, we want to see them laugh, but like in conversation, we're still talking about the show. It's relevant across the world, which is huge. Game of Thrones is amazing. Cool. Best show ever. Hands down, best
and we
show
haven't
ever.
even seen the end yet.
And I haven't even seen the I wonder what I hope it's a good ending.
I hope it's a good ending.
I'm gonna be so fucking pissed if they just do something
There
stupid.
is one thing.
I know there's gonna be some
George R. Martin did say that it was going to be a bittersweet ending.
It's fine, as long as it's a good ending. I don't mind if it's a negative ending.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
I don't mind. It doesn't have to be
as long as it's written well.
I'll be fucking pissed if it's a happy ending and stupid. As long as it's written well. As long as it makes sense. And
Yeah,
it's like a good conclusion.
even happy endings.
Even happy endings are fucking stupid. If Jon and fucking Sansa Slim just manage to rule the North, and then Daenerys comes and rules like King Lang, and everyone just like restarts the circle, and it's happy. That would be
like
fucking stupid.
Kumbaya.
Yeah, it's like what was and like. Also, don't want it to end. I mean, HBO has it good for this, but like, I also don't want it to end like The Sopranos and just kind of fade away either. So, like, I want George R's amazing writing to continue even to his finish.
Like Dexter. I still haven't seen the final season of Dexter.
That was a good show, too.
But I loved the first 4 seasons of Dexter. Yeah. But, like, part of me wanted the final episode. Like, now I don't know how it ends, but part of me wanted the final episode to be him in the electric chair.
Yeah, seriously.
Because like yes, that wouldn't be a happy ending, but it would be a good ending.
Exactly. I want a good ending. I don't care what it is, but I want a good ending.
Yeah.
Which I know George R. can bring me.
So,
I don't know if the writers can bring me.
Right.
Which scares me because I don't know if the show will bring me a good ending, but I know
George R. did tell them where he's going. They've obviously cut out some plot points, but like something as big as the end of the show hopefully.
But I'm just scared that it's going to be the end of this segment, and they're just going to keep spinning.
Well, there is going to be. They've already announced some spin-offs.
Yeah, which is great, and I want. But I'm just don't. It's almost like saying like I don't need to end this movie well because we're going to make a
like
sequel.
this story.
I'm hoping
the
they
Song of
finish
Ice
it.
and Fire.
Yeah,
this story is pretty much going to be done.
Okay, good.
So they did say that the spin-off will probably not be Robert's Rebellion.
Okay. Is the Storm of Swords the one between Ned and the gray?
No, Storm of Swords, I believe, was the third book where the Red Wedding and the Purple Wedding happened. Yeah, no, he's looking at the board game. Like, there's an expansion to the board game that he's just like.
I was wondering what the name was from. I didn't know if it was.
Yeah, it's the name of one of the books. There's Clash of Kings. There's Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings, Storm of Swords, something else, Dance of Dragons. Winds of Winter is the 6th book that still hasn't been released yet. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would like to. Oh, it's not going to be Robert's Rebellion. I mean, I'd like to. I want to make sure that they don't just rely on that. I just want them to fall back on the fact that they have spin-offs. So maybe that the show doesn't have to finish this off. They want more of a cliffhanger. I just want them to finish this off solid.
No, I'm pretty sure that the ending of this story should.
I hope. Because it's been written so well, and I'd hate to see it just like fall apart.
Yeah, like Scrubs, where like Scrubs ended really nicely, and then they had that Scrubs medical school. And it's just like that's not season 9. That's season 1 of a completely different show.
Yeah, completely. I want it just to end solidly, where it's like good. This from start to finish, I could watch it all as one bulk, huge fucking movie, and just be like solidly.
So when we're done with season 7, are you gonna watch all the seasons again?
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna watch, and I'm gonna power watch them too, like hard, just like episodes a night, just like boom, 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 all again before, like probably starting the month before season 7,
season 8,
or season 8, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So all right, yes. Well, it's been quite a discussion.
I know. It's been good. This is a good discussion.
Yes. Valar Ulysses.
Valar Ulysses, my friends.
Yes. So
until next time.
Thank you very much. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.